Hey everybody, this is Braceways. And oh my gosh, y'all, I'm so excited about what I want to show you. The theme is Alice in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite classic stories of all time. And I've always loved the idea of putting together a type of scene, showcasing Alice in Wonderland. And this gives me the perfect opportunity to do so. So I'm going to go through it and I'm going to talk to you about where I got some of the items and how certain things represent, certain characters or whatnot. I did not cover all the characters in the story. I basically covered my favorites, but I think that you will find it very sweet and cute and very whimsical. And I hope that you really enjoy my ideas. So here we go, guys. Up here, I've got our large bouquet of flowers, like in the movie where there's flowers everywhere and they talk to Alice and it's just part of the whole setup here because they're so beautiful and I've always loved those scenes in the movie. I put the large bouquet that I put together in a vase that my son had gifted Rob and I for our, I think, first anniversary. So I thought that it would be perfect because of the colors. And I'm kind of showcasing spring also. So you see some greenery here and there and everywhere. And some beautiful robins there. The statue belonged to my aunt and she gave it to me. So I thought, why not use it, right? And I'm reusing the pillars that I used for the last setup that I did of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So I decided to use them for what they are. And I just stuck some greenery pieces into the slits where originally pieces of glass go into them. And I do have the glass, but I didn't feel like using them. Down here is the drink me bottle that Alice drinks. And inside the bottle is some dry tea. Because in real life, you can actually use the tea. But I decided to just use it as such. And I have a cute little golden key on it as well. The scarf was actually a hospice find. Along with this cute little white shawl that I threw over a stool that I have. Now coming up here, well, there's a lot to show you guys. I hope that you can bear with me. I made this cute queen cake. It's a mini queen cake. And it has its little pair right here, the little king cake. So aren't they sweet? And I thought I should put them on the mushroom little stands that I used for the Willy Wonka. I kept the dollops on there just for something, just for a little touch of whimsy and stuff. And I kept them as they were. And I just put this one on a little pedestal. And this one is sitting on top of a milk candy dish that is sitting on top of a milk glass cake stand. That was a gift from my mother-in-law. And so I simply added blue gift grass, if you will, and I just went around it and added a few touches of faux goodies like these little golden shell bonbons that I had made a while back. And this little ceramic pansy little bouquet came from, I think, a rummage sale. Here are the cute shells with black sand and pearls that I made. Little faux cookie back there. Now this pansy here was actually a gift from my son when he was in kindergarten. He actually raked up enough points in class to be able to buy his mom a little gift with the pennies that he earned. And so I will always treasure that. And here are other shells clam shells with little pearls and they're black sand. And in here, you see two little frogs, because there were little frogs in the story, and a shell. So shells, having a nautical part in the story, I decided to incorporate some seaside magic touches there with all the little shells randomly strewn on the table. Right here, under this little makeshift cloche that I made, I put red rose faux candies. There's a salt and pepper shaker set that I had put together a long time ago when my husband and I first got married. This one just holds some white sand for the faux salt. There is a little fish saucer that my husband brought with him, and I added a little teacup and it's a little tea bag. This little mirror was my grandmother's, and I inherited it along with so many other little things. So I decided to start using them in my setups. This little amber glass top hat, I believe, is a toothpick holder. That little piggy over there is half of a set of little pigs that belong to my husband's, I want to say, grandparents. So I thought I would use those. And back here you see a teapot, some shells, another cup, and I have place settings, 4 place settings that I put together with these Dollar Tree finds. When I found them after having gone back to Dollar Tree after such a long time, I definitely had to get them, and I just adore that iridescent plastic clamshell plate. It just fits so perfect with everything. And of course, inside each bowl I added a little faux goodie that I had made, I think, 2 years ago. So here you see my faux Oreo cookie crumble cupcake, and over here you have the caramel drizzle caramel cupcake. Here is one of my old teapots. Very cute, very whimsical, and I couldn't resist using it. I have several pots on the table. Up here is my big boy of a cake that I did several years ago, simply because I wanted to challenge myself, and I remembered the cakes that my grandmother used to make, and she made for my very first birthday a large cake that had little square cakes on top. Actually, I think it was built all of blocks, and so I wanted to do something similar, but in this style. And so I hand painted all these cute little whimsical pictures. There's a watch there. There's a red heart. There's a Shire grin. I can't show you all the pictures, but I'll show you some. There's a little March hare, a little cup of tea with a little heart on it, and there's bonbons and faux candies and everything all the way around, and it's so frosted, and all the stuff on there is made to look as real as possible. My cookies that I put together and hand frosted, and they're sitting on dollops of fudge and vanilla. It's a little top hat just sitting there in the center of the blocks. And let me see if I can move just a little bit more. I don't know if I can. There's a crown back there. And you see another teapot. Now the table setting, I'm going to pull back a little. The table cover with the red poppies was given to me by my aunt, who ended up finding it at some store. I don't know where. I want to say Walmart, but I'm not sure. The golden material or silk material that's on the table is actually a silk wraparound skirt that I had. I had found it at a hospice, and I thought it would be the prettiest thing to use as an accent for the table, and I think it came out just perfect. So onward, I'm going to go up here now. I had repainted the diamond-shaped wall hangings that I believe might have been from the 50s. My mother had given them to me. So I had taken them, spray painted them white, and then hand painted them with touches of gold. These Alice in Wonderland frames is something that I put together. I made all the faux candy pieces and the roses and everything, and I hand painted the frames. They were wooden frames, so I hand painted them black, and then I went over them with green glitter paint. So they have a sparkle to them, as you can tell. And I simply just made copies of a book that I do have. A coloring book, actually. I got these from a coloring book that I came across because I wanted to be able to, you know, frame the pictures. And that's what I did. I made copies out of the book so I wouldn't tear up the book. And then I just used acrylic gold paint, and I lightly went over the pages to age them a bit. Here is a huge candy box that my son gifted to me and Rob for Valentine's Day about, I say 2 years ago. So I took the box. I couldn't get rid of it. It was just so nice. And I came up with this idea. So I just basically painted the box back and front. The back has gold and silver striped tissue paper, while the front is all done in navy blue with the Mod Podge doilies and gold hearts. And then I also printed out the picture of the white rabbit. And then I added lace to the both sides of the picture and alongside the box as well. And so here's the other frame with the Queen of Hearts and the white rabbit. And I did the pattern of the roses and the hearts differently from the other frame, but I went and did it the same way with the black paint, green glitter paint, and the gold antiquing of the page. And then here is the other wall hanging. Now going back over here, in the back of the cake is a salt shaker, but this one has sprinkles. You know, for when you want a little bit of sugar to add to your sugar. And there's another setting with a luscious cupcake. Another teacup with the tea bag already ready. There's another little teapot. Here is the little dormouse. Now, I had to use this, guys, because this little stuffy has been with me since my son was born. And he used to sit on a shelf, you know, full of his other stuffies. But my late uncle gave him to my son one afternoon that he came by. And so, of course, I have treasured it. And my son has treasured it. So he told me to take good care of the mouse. And I have. So I decided I would bring him out, since he's all dolled up and everything, and just make it into a little funny piece, you know, by sticking him into this big old, what looks like a strawberry and red cabbage pot. But I think it looks so cute right there. This little statue here was a gift from my aunt who raised me. And this little kitty has a little bow tie. And I've always loved him, so he had to be a part of the table. And there's the lid. Here's some more cups. Here's another little cup with a little white rabbit that used to be mine when I was a child, and my aunt kept it for me. Over here, this creamer belonged to my grandmother. So right now, well, she told me back in the day that it was already over 100 years old. So by now, I am guessing it could be maybe going on 200 years. I'm not sure, but it's been a long, long time that it's been around. So it could be possible. But I kept it just empty, you know, just for fun. For the flamingo, I used a little salt shaker that my husband and I collected, because I don't keep those big plastic flamingos, so I decided to use that little one instead. Here's another toothpick holder, a little glass hat in amethyst. This sugar bowl or candy dish was a rummage sale find, and it looks a lot like my light blue one that I used for the Dune setup that I did earlier. And over here, I added a whole bunch of tea bags inside this heart-shaped tin candy box that my mother gave me a long time ago that I used to sit the cake in. And in front of it is a dish of faux butter. And of course it looks messy because, you know, they've been digging into it, guys. And do you remember the part of the story where the Mad Hatter put butter onto the pocket watch? Well, I'm not going to do that, of course, because this is my husband's pocket watch. But I went ahead and I made faux butter. And it's sitting on top of this cute little butter knife that my mom gave me. And I thought it'd be so cute just to have it right here. But look at that butter. Doesn't it look so good? It does, right? Now, my favorite character of all time is the Mad Hatter. So here is, as I'm making my way back over here, I am going to show you the rest of the setup. And so we get to this pillar. And up here is another old antique. Now this one belonged to my great-grandmother. So this one definitely is very, very old. So when I got this, I was floored. I love this sugar bowl. I just adore it. And this teapot came from a certain dollar type store back when I was pregnant with my son. And I got it for only $1. And it has these cute little frogs. And I'm sure that probably some of you have one or maybe have come across it. I don't know. But the bottom is the teacup. And, of course, you have your pot. And look at the cute little frog. Now, down here, my aunt had given me these when I was a teenager. So here is one of her fancy old hairpins or hair clips. And I had to reglue the little cameo back on there because it had fallen off. So I had to super glue it. And here is a ring that she used to wear that I have worn several times through the years as well. So I thought that would be so pretty just to put there. Just to randomly have. A lot of things that I have are just randomly put out. But I think they all fit. And down here I have more greenery. And there is a bunny, which I have representing the March hare. He was a gift from my son for Easter, so I thought I would bring him out. Up here is another huge, beautiful bouquet of whimsical looking flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? I just love that. I love it. It's so beautiful. It lights up the whole room. Now down here on a wire rack that I had outside that had 3 fan tiers on it, I decided to wash it and dry it and bring it in. I had been using it for years outside, but I wanted to bring it in because it would fit just perfect here. And it holds a pair of gloves, very old-timey gloves. And my Alice in Wonderland book here was a gift that my son gave me for my birthday last year. And it has the pictures in color. And it comes with a beautiful red ribbon. It's a beautiful, almost periwinkly blue colored cover with purple lettering and everything. And it's just gorgeous. And I love it. And I have other Alice in Wonderland books as well. Very old ones. I even have the ones that I had when I was growing up as a child. But I have them put away, so I wasn't able to get them out. I just figured it would be too much. So maybe next time when I do another one. This green glass flask I got from my aunt, and I just thought it would be so cute to display here with a red heart. There is a jar turned upside down with safety pins. These roses are adorable. My aunt gave them to me, and I really, really like them. And they actually light up. I can't get to the other switch, but you get the idea. So isn't it cute? They actually light up. And then, oh, here you have some stretchable ribbon. Down here on the second tier of the shelf is a red and white glitter rose that I had made this form from a soap mold and with plaster of Paris, and I glittered it up, and then I stuck it on top of an old frame that I had painted with pink glitter paint. I think you can see some of that there. And I added the black and white stripes in the inside of the frame. But the full candy piece, or the rose, sits on top of the glass. Here is a very, very old set of pieces for the sewing machine that I will show you in a minute. This belonged to my grandmother. She did used to use it, and then it got handed down to my mom, and then my mom ended up giving it to me. So you will see it in a minute. And then down here, I simply put a heart-shaped bowl that I had gotten a long time ago, I think from Dollar Tree. And it has a little vase full of faux lilies, white lilies, that I had sugared up many years ago, before I had gotten my channel. And then I had made these faux candies, and I also made these back then with plaster of Paris, and they're all painted and sealed, and I thought that would be cute and whimsical for this setup. Then I took the rack that I had used for the Willy Wonka to display a very old-timey little turquoise looking velvet jacket with rounded collar that I thought would have been of the time, something maybe the Mad Hatter would have liked to have worn, or maybe he made it for somebody. And it has a beautiful little silk scarf with gold accents, a pair of gloves, and of course his hat. So there you see pins. It has pins, it's got butterflies, it's got little bugs, pieces of material with gold puff paint, and little scissors, cards that have been aged, buttons, tiny little spools of thread. Behind it, the row of blue roses actually do glow in the dark. And there's other stuff on the other side that actually hang off of the, let me see if I can turn it around for you. And I'm sorry for the lighting, guys. It's right above me, so it doesn't always let me, focus clearly. But there you see it. There's a cute cross medallion with chains, safety pin, and a bauble at the end. And then up here, I had made this nautical wreath, and I thought, well, you know what? Because of the nautical parts of the story, it would be perfect for the wall. So there it is, and I just added that pretty red fancy fan from Dollar Tree. The shells had been a gift from my son. He found them, I think, also in a Dollar Tree one time, and he got them for us, so I used them here. Now here is a small painting that I did years and years ago. I actually sold its mate. It was a teacup that was falling like down the hole, and it was all done with fluid acrylics. That's what I call them, guys. I do not call it pourings or any of that. This is what I was doing way before YouTubers were even doing pourings. I must say though, I don't agree with pourings, at least not the way they do it, because to me it's just a waste of paint. But what I did here, as some of the stuff that, they do, I just simply did it just with using paints straight out of the bottle or diluted paints with water and glitter. And that was it. I did not use anything fancy. And I just added tissue papers, and I made this little Mad Hatter hat to add to it. So this is a mixed media hybrid because of the stuff that I did to it. And it's got ribbons of paint and cells. And, just the way the paints blended into one another. This looks really pretty. And the other one was just as nice. You can see where the glitters are. So that's one of my pieces. Now down here is the lid to the sewing machine. And it folds outward to the side. And so my husband thought it would be a great idea to put our chess set, which is brand new. We just got it last year, and we have been playing each other for, he actually taught me how to play chess, guys. I now know how to play chess. I just love it. And I figured I would just add this old little handkerchief that I have. That was my grandmother's. And then this gold pin with the pearl on top that my son got me on one of the trips that we took before COVID. So I just put it there, just to put it there. Over here is a cute little heart-shaped box that I thought would be adorable to use to put old-timey buttons and laces and needles, scissors. All of this stuff belonged to my grandmother, so I got to inherit it, and I love it. So I was using it on this so that I could have her here with me. So I have the pearls that she had bought and saved in a little bag that, that she kept them in. Threads. My aunt also gave me some stuff, so I'm using some of her stuff as well. This handkerchief was a gift to me from my grandmother when I was 10 years old. I remember seeing her put the last little leaves on there and everything. So I thought it'd be cute for me to thread, the color of the thread here that she was using. So pretty. And then I just took this piece of material. It's actually a table cover that my aunt gave me. And I just put it through here because the sewing machine is very, very old. It does work, but the band busted on it. And when my mom had it, she wasn't able to fix it. And I just barely opened it not too long ago. I was keeping it closed and using it as a table and a desk and everything. And a place to add my decor to. So I need to try to see if I can fix that. But isn't it pretty? It's a new companion sewing machine. And it has all these intricate parts to it and everything. It's really nice. And I thought it would be so cute and funny to include a small teapot sitting inside a drawer. What do you think? And I added my own tape measure that I used when I was in high school. And every once in a while I'll break it out and use it as well. I don't sew like clothes or anything like that, but I do sew pillows and covers and table covers and curtains. I do stuff like that. So these are some of the threads or spools of thread that my aunt gave me, and some of them are my grandmother's. And here are some old buttons that are beautiful. I love those gold ones with the moon and the stars. This one right here with the little heart was mine. It came off of an olive colored blouse that I wore when I was a teenager. I don't know what happened to the other buttons, but that one was one of the ones that I found among all the others. And see, the Mad Hatter has to have his tea, right? So there's the cup all ready to have the water to be poured on there. Here's an old pair of scissors. There's his snack, 2 cupcakes. Here's a little bit of embroidery that he might have done to add to some part of an outfit or something. Some more scissors. And up here, I have this gold mirror that was a gift from my late uncle to my grandmother, who, after she went, my aunt kept it, and then later on, she gave it to me. So, isn't that darling? And down here on the little shelf, I thought it would be so cute to add more of those purple flowers, the morning glories, and the jars of buttons. That little oil can that went with this sewing machine. More thread. My grandmother's old rhinestone clock. I love that. Here's a little teapot that I believe might have been a snuff box. That's what I want to say it is. And there's a tiny little spoon down there. Isn't that adorable? If you know what this is, let me know. It could have been also a pill holder. All I know is that it is so cute, and I've had it for so many years. And there's another one of those tomato pin cushions. And this little cup that says, "Think of me," is a little cup that my aunt gave me. I remember seeing it on top of her dresser for many, many years growing up. And here is a candy box with the Cheshire Cat on it that I painted and put on there. And then, of course, up here, I have a little bit of nautical going on. So I think that it came out very, very nice. Very sweet. Oh, yes. And let's not forget the stool that he sits on, guys, with his own little vest. That is an old-timey little vest. So I think that looks really, really cute. So what do you guys think? I will probably keep doing this, at least for a while. I have a super idea of what I want to do later on, and incorporating another theme that I will be doing and I will be keeping, though, for the rest of the seasons. I don't know when I will change it up. It will have touches through the seasons, but as for the main theme that I'm going to put together, that's going to probably stay on for a good while. At least I think so. I'm pretty sure that it will, because what I have in mind is going to take a lot of work, and I really, really, really am going to do my best to have it come out the way I want. So we'll see what happens. Up here we also have some flowers. I kept those from the last time. But what do you think, guys? Please let me know in comments. I would love to know what y'all think of my decorating, of my faux desserts, of my ideas. You know, what do you like best about what I do? Please let me know. I would totally, totally love to know what you guys think. You know, if you get any ideas, well, you know, you can always shoot them at me and I will see if I can do them. But I think that this right here is one of my best. I had a lot of fun doing it. So until next time, guys, if you're new to my channel and you like this, please like and subscribe and share. Let your friends know, your family. If you have anyone that you know that might be interested in my channel, please let them know. And it would definitely help my channel grow if y'all comment and like. Thank you to my older subscribers. I thank you so much for all your support. It means a whole lot to me. So thank you so much. So until next time, guys, this is Bray's Ways. Please take care and stay creative. Bye-bye.